And they're off. It's Theorem, but going out for the early lead is CS Explosive Chip with an explosive move to the front. Now in front of the field by 3 lengths. Theorem is racing in the second position. Going off stride there was Joan Deere. Joan Deere is on a break. So too is Love Poison as they make their way onto the backstretch for the first time this afternoon. KJ the 13th is now up into the third position. Living on the Rail is racing in fourth. DW's Revenge is in the fifth position. Great Gazoo is in sixth. They are followed by Love Poison in seventh. The trailer is Joan Deere, the spring horse of the meet, through an opening quarter in 28 2/5 seconds. The even money choice CS Explosive Chip is now being passed on the far outside by KJ the 13th as they make their way into the stretch with just over one circuit to go. KJ 13th and Fern Paquette now put a nose in front. CS Explosive Chip is racing in second, then it's Theorem in third, passing the half in 57 3. Living on the Rail is racing in fourth. DW's Revenge is in fifth. Great Gazoo is in sixth. Love Poison is in sixth. And the trailer far out of it at the tail of the field is Joan Deere. CS Explosive Chip reclaims the lead from KJ the 13th as they make their way down the backstretch. DW's Revenge is now moved up into the fourth position. Theorem is in third as they pass three quarters in 1 minute 27 flat. CS Explosive Chip, Billy Carter, is giving him some right-handed urging, passing the Comfort in. KJ the 13th is up into second. Here's DW's Revenge looking to take second. DW's Revenge is now third. But as they come to the top of the stretch, it's an absolutely explosive performance from CS Explosive Chip, geared down to win by 4 on the line. DW's Revenge will hold off Theorem for second. Then came KJ the 13th in 157 3. They're off. From the middle, Mark Sheridan and Farmers Beach want that early lead. Coming up on the inside, Hey Siri. And it's Hey Siri now in front with Jacob Rodell in the sulky. Farmers Beach is up into the second position. Fox Valley Sidecar is in third as Farmers Beach reclaims the lead. Low Rock and Coolwater is in fourth. Bungalow Bill is racing in fifth. Rock Me Always is in sixth, followed by Army Captain Hanover in seventh, and at the tail of the field is Just Better. They put that opening quarter mile on the board in 29 1. Farmers Beach leads them into the Blue Ridge turn first time this race, but here comes Lil Rock and Coolwater to take the second position now. Farmers Beach is in front. Fox Valley Sidecar is on the inside now in third, but as they come to the top of the stretch, and it's Fox Valley Sidecar in front with 1 lap to go, but here comes Lil Rock and Coolwater to put a nose in front. The half in 58 1, 29-second flat quarter for Fox Valley Sidecar and Lil Rock and Coolwater to duke it out. Farmers Beach had to steady back into the third position. Up into fourth as Rock Me Always, Hey Siri is in fifth. Bungalow Bill is in the sixth position. They are followed by Army Captain Hanover in seventh, and at the tail of the field is Just Better. Fox Valley Sidecar and Yogi Sheridan, the ones to catch. Right-handed urging there from Lil Rock and Coolwater as they pass three quarters in 127 1. And here comes Farmers Beach now into the second position. And Rock Me Always is up on the extreme outside. But they're all trying to catch Fox Valley Sidecar as they come to the top of the stretch. It's Fox Valley Sidecar in front. Up into the second position now is Farmers Beach as they come inside the final strides. It's Farmers Beach, Fox Valley Sidecar, Farmers Beach and Fox Valley Sidecar, Sheridan Brothers Exacta, 157 3. They're off. As expected, speaking of coffee, is going straight to the front. She got that bowl of coffee this morning. Racing in the second position now is Flo Jo. Then back in the third is Prairie Special. They are followed in the fourth position by Maddie Shark. Sure Are Looking Good is looking in from the fifth position. Racing in 6th is St. Lad's Bijou. Baltimore Beauty is 7th. It's a long way to Tipperary Hill at the tail of the field. Speaking of coffee, went through that opening quarter of 27-4 and is looking for her 4th win of the fall here in Woodstock, Virginia. She's won her last 3. All have come at Shenandoah Downs after a summer in Ocean City. Flojo is racing in the 2nd position. Prairie Special is in 3rd. Maddie Shark is in 4th. They are mostly single file past the stands and the fans with just over a circuit to go. Then it sure are looking good. Racing in 5th on the inside. In 6th is St. Lad's Bijou. Baltimore Beauty is in 7th. Tipperary Hill Trails pretty much unchanged through a 57 and flat half mile for Speaking of Coffee. Speaking of coffee, the lead is dwindling now to 2 lengths. Flojo is threatening in the 2nd position. Prairie Special is in 3rd. Up into 4th now is St. Lad's Bijou. Billy Carter is giving Maddie Shark some right-handed urging as she is fading through 3 quarters in 1:25-2. Speaking of coffee, passes the Comfort Inn in front. Flojo is in the 2nd position, and there she goes. Flojo is coming up to challenge Speaking of Coffee. William Carter is now giving Speaking of Coffee some right-handed urging. Flojo is not going to let her have it today. These two are going to duke it out. They are into the stretch, and Flojo is in front. Speaking of Coffee did not get enough of a pumpkin spice latte and will have to settle for 2nd. Flojo and Fern Paquette to win it. 154 flat. They're off to a good dispatch. Hannah's Beach Boy wants that early lead, so too does Crooked Kingdom. Those two are going to duke it out with Crooked Kingdom and Winter Asher Stallbaum taking the early advantage. Hannah's Beach Boy is racing in 2nd. Ballard Freddy is in 3rd. On the outside in 4th is Fortune's Fool. Then back in the 5th position is Always a Bang. Racing in the 6th position is Springhouse Outlaw, and at the tail of the field is It's Major Carl Bombay. Crooked Kingdom just sprinting away from the competition, putting that opening quarter mile on the board in 27 1/5 seconds. The 7-5 favorite, Hannah's Beach Boy, is in the 2nd position. Ballard Freddy is in 3rd. Fortune's Fool is in the 4th position. Racing in 5th is Always a Bang into the stretch with just over 1 lap to go. Springhouse Outlaw is 7th. The trailer is It's Major Carl Bombay. Crooked Kingdom and Winter Asher Stallbaum put that half mile on the board, 58 seconds flat. Here's Fortune's Fool up on the outside with Eric Davis in the sulky to take the 2nd position. Then back on the inside in 3rd is Hannah's Beach Boy. Springhouse Outlaw is racing in the 4th position. Now up into 5th is It's Major Carl Bombay, who was last earlier. Racing in 6th is Ballard Freddy, and the trailer, Always a Bang. Crooked Kingdom has a neck in front, but up on the far outside is Springhouse Outlaw with a sweeping move. 3 quarters, 1:28-2, 30 2/4 past the Comfort Inn. Fortune's Full on the far outside is taking the front, but here comes Springhouse Outlaw. And a late move on the far outside from It's Major Carl Bombay, who was last going for it as they come to the top of the home stretch. Springhouse Outlaw in front. Late charge from It's Major Carl Bombay, but not going to catch. Springhouse Outlaw driving double for Fern. 158 flat. They're off. Rookie J on the outside, on his toes into the Allegheny turn. For the first time this race, Caviar Snowdrop is in the 2nd position, and Tequila Sheila is back into 3rd. Settling in the 4th position is Knockout, followed by Your Dern Tootin' in the 5th position. And a Happy Man is in 6th. Maker Lather will do his best pacing later. Rookie J in front through an opening quarter mile of 28-1. Caviar Snowdrop is racing in 2nd. Tequila Sheila is in 3rd. Knockout is in 4th. Your Dern Tootin' is in 5th. And a Happy Man is racing in 6th. The trailer, Maker Lather. So pretty much unchanged midway around the Blue Ridge turn with just over 1 circuit to go as they come mostly single file. Rookie J will lead the cavalry charge past the stands. Caviar Snowdrop racing in the second position. Now shifts to the inside. Outside third is Tequila Sheila, the half mile on the board, 58 and 4/5 seconds. And now Tequila Sheila is coming up on the outside in the second position. Into the Allegheny turn one last time this race. Up into fourth now is And a Happy Man. Racing in fifth is Knockout. They are followed in sixth by Maker Lather. And the new trailer, Yer Dern Tootin'. Rookie J in front. Caviar Snowdrop reclaims the second position from Tequila Sheila. And here comes And a Happy Man up on the far outside to take second as they put 3/4 on the board, 128 and 1. 59 and 4/2 past the Comfort Inn. Rookie J and a Happy Man are neck and neck, nose and nose around the far turn. Caviar Snowdrop is in the second position. Tequila Sheila is back into third. They come to the top of the home stretch. And it is Rookie J, but on the far outside is going to be And a Happy Man. And it's a photo between And a Happy Man and Rookie J in 157 flat. The Rough. KB Sweet Caroline going straight to the front. Up into the second position now is going to be Better's Highlight. And then on the far outside to take up third is going to be Southwind Cocktail. On the inside in fourth is Rollin' in the Sand. Then Sweet Allyloo races in the fifth position. They are followed in sixth by Toy's Little Tinker. Exciting Times A is seventh, and at the tail of the field is Summer Dream. So it's going to be Southwind Cocktail to take the lead from KB Sweet Caroline and put that opening quarter mile on the board in 27 and 3. Rollin' in the Sand is now up into the third position. Better's Highlight headed steady back into fourth. Racing in the fifth position is Sweet Allyloo. Toy's Little Tinker tinkering in sixth. Exciting Times A is in seventh. The trailer is Summer Dream. So that's the way it's going to be as the Cavalry Charge passes the stands with one circuit to go. 57 flat the time for the half mile for Southwind Cocktail in front of a big price, 25 to 1 on the tote board. KB Sweet Caroline is in the second position. Rollin' in the Sand is racing in third. Here comes Better's Highlight. Better's Highlight is up on the outside and is now rolling past into second. And Better's Highlight is going to roll right on by and take that lead all for herself. Back into second, now losing steam in third is Southwind Cocktail. KB Sweet Caroline up into second. 3/4, 127 flat. 32nd quarter past the Comfort Inn for Better's Highlight. KB Sweet Caroline now takes the second position, and up into third is Rollin' in the Sand, who is going to roll into the second position, has Better's Highlight to beat. They come to the top of the stretch, and Better's Highlight reaching for the wire. Coming up on the outside is Rollin' in the Sand with one final lunge. Rollin' in the Sand, Better's Highlight. Rollin' in the Sand going to roll to victory over Better's Highlight. 156 and 1 the final time. They're off, and it's a long way back to KK's Dream Girl, who is at the tail of the field. American Sombrero takes the front into the Allegheny turn for the first time this race. Grin and Sin is in the second position. Up into third is Tugging on Credit. Racing in fourth is Your Mom and M, followed in the fifth position by April Hill High. Racing in sixth, we have Light My Torch. In seventh, we have St. Lad's Angel, and KK's Dream Girl is at the tail of the field close to the pack through an opening quarter mile of 28 and 3/5 seconds for Yogi Sheridan, and the 3 to 5 choice American Sombrero into the Blue Ridge turn. First time this race, they lead Grin and Sin, who is in the second position. Tugging on Credit is in third. Your Mom and M races in fourth, and here comes KK's Dream Girl. KK's Dream Girl is exploding on the far outside, now takes sixth, up into fifth after going off stride just before the dispatch, and she is threatening with one circuit to go. Half mile on the board, 58 and 3, 30 and 1/4. KK's Dream Girl is now up into the second position. American Sombrero is still in front. Then on the inside in third is Grin and Sin, followed by Your Mom and M. Now in the fifth position. In fourth is Tugging on Credit. Racing in fifth is April Hill High. Then in seventh, we have Light My Torch and St. Lad's Dark Angel trails. American Sombrero has repelled the challenge of KK's Dream Girl through 3/4 and 127 flat, and American Sombrero all by herself as they pass the Comfort Inn. KK's Dream Girl is up into the second position. Now Your Mom and M is in second. On the far outside, in fourth is Tugging on Credit. But as they come to the top of the stretch, it's American Sombrero and Yogi Sheridan rolling to victory. Geared down by 3 on the line. Tugging on Credit got up for second. Then came Your Mom and M. Light My Torch was fourth and 157. They're off. From the middle, it's Leroy Gibbs, who wants that early lead. Also on the inside is Bluebird Ina. In the middle there is Baltimore Jack, but Bluebird Ina and William Carter will get that early advantage. Baltimore Jack is in the second position. Had to steady back in third there was Leroy Gibbs. Then it's Rock of Angels, who is racing in fourth. Back in the fifth position is Extortion. A Major Omen is in sixth. Maury's Bonus is seventh. Vertical Speed trails through an opening quarter mile of 26 3/5 of a second. Bluebird Ina, the one to catch. Baltimore Jack is in a good stalking second position now. Leroy Gibbs is in third. Rock of Angels is in fourth. Extortion is in fifth. A Major Omen is in sixth. Maury's Bonus races in seventh, and at the tail of the field is Vertical Speed. So pretty much unchanged as Cavalry comes single file, passing the stands and the fans with one circuit to go. Bluebird Ina puts a half mile on the board, 57 seconds flat. Leroy Gibbs now shifts to the outside to challenge for the second position, but Baltimore Jack is holding his ground. Leroy Gibbs on the outside in third. Back in the fourth position now is Extortion. Rock of Angels had to steady back into the fifth spot. Maury's Bonus is up into sixth. The Major Omen is back into seventh. And the trailer, Vertical Speed. Bluebird Ina, the one to catch. Here's Extortion up on the outside as they pass 3/4, 126 and 1. Leroy Gibbs now trying to put a nose in front as they pass the Comfort Inn. Bluebird Ina, she is holding firm. Bluebird Ina is repelling the challenge from Leroy Gibbs, who is back into second, now third. Up into second is Baltimore Jack, and they are all trying to catch Bluebird Ina as they come to the top of the stretch. It's Bluebird Ina in front. Here's Baltimore Jack up on the outside. Baltimore Jack went out for a ride, and he never went back, defeating Bluebird Ina, and Extortion was third, 155 and 2. They're off. Ohoka LeBron on the outside away the best, but Hulu is going to stream right towards the front, and Hulu takes that early lead. Rodman is back into the third position. Racing in fourth is Katana, followed in the fifth position by Rocket Party. Then racing in sixth is Divine Art. They are followed by Mystery Dragon in seventh, and Premier Delaney at the tail of the field. So it's going to be Hulu, who won last time out in Woodstock, to take them through an opening quarter of 27 1/5 seconds. Ohoka LeBron is in a good stalking second position. Rodman is in third. Then up in the fourth position is Katana as the Cavalry Charge turns into the stretch with just over a circuit to go. Rocket Party is racing in fifth. Then it's Divine Art in the sixth position. Mystery Dragon is in seventh. Premier Delaney will be the last to pass the stands with a circuit to go. Half mile, 56 1/5 second. A 29-second flat quarter mile for Hulu and Corey Braden. Ohoka LeBron is racing in the second position. Rodman now getting some right-handed urging in third. Then it's Katana in fourth. And now Rocket Party is beginning to blast off, firing away those engines in the fourth position. And Rocket Party is now going to go up into third as they pass 3/4. 124 and 4, a blazing 124 and 4 for Hulu around the Comfort Inn. Ohoka LeBron is racing in second. Rocket Party is now in the third position. Up into fourth is Katana. Fading back into fifth is Rodman as they come to the top of the stretch. They're all trying to catch Hulu. It's Hulu in front. Late charge from Rocket Party. Not going to catch Hulu. Corey Braden with a driving double. Rocket Party got up for second. Then came Ohoka LeBron, Divine Art, Katana, Mystery Dragon, Rodman, and Premier Delaney in 150. They're off. For the lead, Family Business is getting right down to business. Captain Malicious is up on the outside to challenge her for the early lead, but Family Business is going to repeal the challenge of Captain Malicious. Bozak takes up residency in the third position. Then racing in fourth is Constant Velocity. Back into fifth is Buzzer Beater. They are followed in sixth by Who 9A. And at the tail of the field is Cirrus DeVee. Captain Malicious takes the lead from Family Business and puts that opening quarter mile on the board, and even 27 seconds flat. Bozak is in the third position. Constant Velocity races in fourth. Continuing in the fifth position is Buzzer Beater. Who 9A is in sixth, and at the tail of the field is Cirrus DeVee. They come into the stretch with just over one circuit to go, and Captain Malicious is still the one to catch. Family Business is in a good stalking second position. In third is Bozak as the half mile went in 56 seconds flat, 29-second flat quarter. And in the fourth position now is Constant Velocity. On the far outside in fifth is Who 9A, who is now back into the sixth position. Then it's Buzzer Beater, and at the tail of the field is Cirrus DeVee. Captain Malicious is getting some right-handed urging from Chuck Perry down the backstretch one last time this race, and Captain Malicious is now opening up his lead on the competition by 5 lengths with 3/4 in 1:26 and 2. 30 and 2/4 for Captain Malicious past the Comfort Inn. Family Business has now been losing steam back into the fourth position, but Who 9A is coming up on the outside. Constant Velocity is racing in third, and as they come to the top of the stretch, Captain Malicious is reaching for the wire. Who 9A is looking for some room on the inside, but no catching Captain Malicious. Who 9A has to settle for second, and then came Constant Velocity, followed by Cirrus DeVee, Buzzer Beater. Family Business faded back to and they're off, and it's Bootlegger Charlie and Cheyenne Ryan Lee to duke it out early on. Fear the Beach is coming up on the inside, and going off stride there into the Allegheny turn was the 7, Beams of the Sun. Beams of the Sun is on a break. Cheyenne Ryan Lee now takes the lead from Fear the Beach, who is back into the second position. Then it's Bootlegger Charlie in third. Pacific Stride is in fourth. Good Queen Bess is racing in fifth, followed by Park Lane Knight in sixth. RN Nate is seventh. Far out of it at the tail of the field is Beams of the Sun. They put that opening quarter on the board. A solid tempo of 27 and 1/5 seconds. Seems to be the typical going in Woodstock this afternoon. Cheyenne Ryan Lee and Eric Davis will lead that cavalry charge into the stretch with just over one circuit to go. Fear the Beach is racing in second. Bootlegger Charlie is in third. Pacific Stride is in the fourth position on the far outside and is now up into third. The half mile went in 57 and 2. Racing in the fifth position now is going to be Good Queen Bess. Racing in sixth is Pacific Stride as they make their way down the backstretch one last time this race. RN Nate is seventh, and at the tail of the field is Beams of the Sun. 3/4 on the board in 1:27 and 1, and there's a new leader, a minute half mile. Pacific Stride and William Carter kick away past the Comfort Inn. Fear the Beach is up into the second position, and on the far outside is going to be Park Lane Knight. But as they come to the top of the stretch, William Carter and Pacific Stride give the field the slip. Fear the Beach is coming up on the inside to take second. Late charge from Park Lane Knight. Pacific Stride to victory. Tight for second between Fear the Beach and Park Lane Knight. 1:57 and 3 the final time. They're off. Good start for them all, and Windermere Frank wastes no time. Windermere Frank takes them into the Allegheny turn. First time this race in front. Up into the second position on the far outside is Money or Roses. Now Blissful Dragon has taken up second on the inside. Money or Roses back into third. Fox Valley Treason races in the fourth position. Then it's TSM Batman racing in fifth. And at the tail of the field, Dynamite's Peak. Money or Roses is going to roll right on by Windermere Frank and put that opening quarter mile on the board in 27-3. But here comes Windermere Frank again, saying, hope you enjoyed that brief lead. Windermere Frank retakes the front from Money or Roses, who is back into the second position. Blissful Dragon is in third. Fox Valley Treason is racing in fourth, and on the inside in fifth is Dynamite's Peak. Now TSM Batman on the outside up into fifth. TSM Dynamite's Peak at the tail of the field through a half in 57 seconds flat. Windermere Frank still the one to catch. Up on the outside now is going to be Fox Valley Treason, and the Carter family are the top two. Into the backstretch one last time this race. Money or Roses is racing in third. Here comes Dynamite's Peak, who was last early, now up to the fourth position. Brandon Smith is giving TSM Batman some right-handed urging in fifth. Blissful Dragon can see them all. 126-3 for 3 quarters. Shouldn't do that during a race. Windermere Frank takes them past the Comfort Inn in front. Fox Valley Treason is in second. Here comes Dynamite's Peak racing in third. Money or Roses is losing steam in the fourth position. Then it's Blissful Dragon, TSM Batman, fifth and sixth respectively. But here is Windermere Frank. Dynamite's Peak coming up with one final lunge. And this race is Dynamite. 158 flat, driving double for Fern. They're off. Century Hefner away a step slowly and is the last. It's Lenda Handman on the outside, but on the inside is Marco Beach. And Marco Beach will take that early lead from Lenda Handman, who's got the ears pricked in second and now takes the lead going right on by. Lenda Handman in front, Marco Beach is in second, B Going Away is in third. Then it's Always Virgil racing in the fourth position. Lord Willoughby is in fifth and racing in the sixth position now is going to be Big Dream Fella. At the tail of the field is Century Hefner. Marco Beach reclaims the lead through an opening quarter mile of 27 3/5 of a second. Lenda Handman is now back into a good stalking second position. Then in third it is B Going Away. Always Virgil is racing in the fourth position. Lord Willoughby is in fifth. Racing in sixth on the outside is Big Dream Fella. Century Hefner will be the last across the line with 1 lap to go. The half mile was on the board, 57-3, a 30-second flat quarter mile for Marco Beach. And Eric Davis into the Allegheny turn. One last time this race they go. Lenda Handman on the inside in second. Coming up on the outside, beginning a charge, is Always Virgil. And Always Virgil is now up into the second position. B Going Away is back into fourth. Down the backstretch they go. Marco Beach getting some right-handed urging from Eric Davis. Has to hold off the challenge of Always Virgil after putting 3 quarters on the board. 126-2. Marco Beach a neck in front past the Comfort Inn. Here comes Always Virgil up on the far outside. William Carter is looking for a hat trick on the afternoon. Lenda Handman is racing in third. And then it's Big Dream Fella, who is up into fourth. But as they come to the top of the stretch, Marco Beach is beginning to kick away. Big Dream Fella and Lenda Handman coming up on the inside. Who's it going to be? Down to the line. Tight. 3-horse photo between Marco Beach, Lenda Handman, and Always Virgil. They stop the clock. They're off. Leonard's Legacy gets away well, but also on the outside is going to be Rebellious. But Leonard's Legacy will take that early advantage into the Allegheny turn, first time this race. Rebellious is racing his second. Up into third is Lou Starr, who finished 7th in the prestigious Little Brown Jug at the Delaware County Fair. And Lou Starr, the 1-2 favorite, with a sweeping move, goes up to take the lead. Hillbilly Kisses is now back into the fourth position. Champ Charbel is in fifth. Rocket Mac is racing in sixth. John's Dream is in seventh, and at the tail of the field is going to be Sign of the Times. They went through that opening quarter mile in a solid tempo of 27 2/5 seconds, and Lou Starr is the one to catch. Vern Paquette is looking for 4 wins on the afternoon as the cavalry charge comes past the stands and past the fans with 1 lap to go. Lou Star is showing the way. Leonard's Legacy is racing in second. Rebellious is in third. Hillbilly Kisses is in fourth. Rocket Mac is up into the 5th position. Champ Charbel back into 6th. Then it's Sign of the Times in 7th. At the tail of the field is Leonard's Legacy. Half mile went in 55 and 1/5 seconds. Lou Star, the one to catch. He is in front by 2.5. Down the backstretch one last time this weekend, but Rebellious has the ears pricked up on the outside. 3/4, 1:23 and 3. It's a quick one. Lou Star passes the Comfort Inn in front. Leonard's Legacy now back into the 3rd position, but Rebellious is going to put Lou Star to the test as they come to the top of the stretch. And Lou Star is going to spin them in front. It's Lou Star beginning to kick away. Up into second is Leonard's Legacy, but it's Lou Star, the Little Brown Jug contender, winning in Woodstock. Leonard's Legacy got up for second in 1:52 flat.